Hello and welcome to another episode of Tenacity, Truth, and Tea. So today I want to continue along the same trend that we were on last week, which was the whole idea of what can we do to stand out in this online space. So, okay, I'm sure you know about these people, right? Like there's these people that you just kind of sort of can't help but pay attention to, even if they annoy you, even if you think they're kind of crazy, like whatever, but you just can't help but pay attention to them. Why is that? Right? Like, why is that? In the film world, that's called star power, and I'm sure you know about that. But there are people who don't have this je ne sais quoi naturally, and they're able to build it. So, what is that, and how can we do the same thing? Okay, so what am I talking about? I am talking about confidence. So this is the interesting thing about confidence. There are some people who have a ton of it, and it's kind of hard to tell. And then there are other people who don't have a lot of confidence, but they're loud and they're out there. And I want to put out the idea that confidence isn't about being obnoxious or loud or forcing your thoughts or ideas or opinions on people. Like, that can be part of it, but I also believe that some of the people who I think are the most confident are a little bit more humble. They are open to seeing their mistakes. They're open to admitting that they were wrong. And to me, that is like the strongest thing you can do. And if you're strong enough to do that, that is a major sign of confidence. So, okay, how does that relate to us and what we do and trying to get ourselves out there? So the idea is basically that I want to help you guys figure out how you can project confidence in a way that feels natural, feels like you, so that you, I guess, have the confidence to put yourself out there a little bit more than you might be doing right now. So, okay, so to sort of begin this idea, I want to tell you guys about me, for those of you who might not know me very well. I'm crippled by confidence, or at least I have been. That's how people have described me in the past, and it has taken so much for me to learn how to project confidence even when I'm not. And in doing so, that has helped me become more confident as well. So I want to tell you about a few of the things that I did to start being able to project this confidence. And then hopefully that will help you guys do the same. So the first thing that I started doing is I actually just started a Facebook group, and it was a small group. It still is a really small group. And the purpose of this was to fill this group with people who I liked, respected, and obviously like me, right? Like, people aren't going to join my Facebook group if they don't like me. And then I just posted in that group literally every day. I would say for the past 2-ish years, I've posted in there, definitely every day, Monday to Friday, and then, sometimes on the weekends as well. So that was number one. And I was honest with that group and shared my thoughts with them. And as that happened, my confidence started growing. It started helping me figure out who I am. It started helping me figure out what mattered to me. It started helping me figure out that line in the sand that is, I won't cross it. I'm very open-minded. There are, there's a line in the sand and I won't cross that. And then the other thing that I did was I started taking selfies. right? And I know that seems a little bit cheesy, but I actually thought selfies were cheesy too. Like I was like, oh my God, like, but I also realized that if I wanted to be successful in business, I needed to put myself out there. And, I think we all know that having pictures of ourselves on our websites, in our funnels, like in our social media feed is really, really important. But when you're not confident, if you don't like how you look, if you're afraid of being judged, then, right? You're not going to be out there. People aren't going to see you. And that doesn't mean that you have to like share pictures every 2 seconds, like pictures of yourself every 2 seconds, but pictures of yourself every once in a while on your feed, but definitely on your website, etc., is super, super, super important. And, in the selfie challenge, upgrade challenge course that I'm releasing officially next week, I'll be talking about expressions, poses, and all of that stuff that help us project confidence in our pictures. But the first step is being willing to share. So my suggestion is just to start sharing one step at a time. And in the process of starting to like how you look in pictures is huge, right? Because if you hate how you look, you're not going to want to put yourself out there. Like, you're just not going to want to. And then on the other side, when people don't comment and like and seem to notice your posts and stuff, that's a whole other kick to your confidence, right? So when you start sharing pictures, must be a Facebook algorithm thing that just shares them more, people end up liking them more. Same with Instagram, right? And that will be a whole other boost to your confidence. So why does confidence matter so much? I think we all know that. Like, it matters, we should like ourselves. We should feel like awesome about what we're doing. We should feel liked. We should feel deserving of respect and all of that stuff. But people are just attracted to that sense of confidence. Like, if you're doing something that other people are too afraid to do, it automatically makes them, pay attention to you, because it's hard not to pay attention to someone that they know is doing something that they find really, really, really scary. And that could include, photos, but it could also just include sharing opinions and thoughts and ideas. And, I'm not really big on pushing my thoughts and ideas on people, but like I was saying, I think that there's a line in the sand that we should all have, and that is, pretty important for us to know. It's important for us to know what that is and where that is. But in terms of what we do in business, right, we have to be confident about what we're offering, how we're offering it. And because once we're able to share that with people. And again, that sort of makes them start paying attention to us, because it's a little bit hard to pay attention to someone when they are super, super, super confident and willing to say, hey, this is what I think, and this is how I really believe you should do it. It's really hard to ignore that. So I guess the pickle there is, if you aren't super confident about what you're putting out there, you aren't super confident about, how people will react to it. But, that's part of the process. And that's where the whole idea of tenacity comes in, right? Like, if we're going to have businesses and, thrive in this day and age where we have to be noticed, at least to a certain degree, it's really important for us to get to this point. So just let me tell you a little bit of a story so that you can kind of understand where I'm coming from, and that you can determine how this, or if this relates to you at all. So, criticism. No one likes it. It is freaking horrible. And I became pretty good at dealing with criticism in university, because we'd always be getting critiques in our fashion marketing program. We would present assignments, and we'd have to put them up on the wall, and the teachers and the other students would share what they liked and what they didn't like, which is cool. But at the same time, when I started, I think maybe my second business, it was a blog essentially, and it was like a life balance type blog, and everyone really loved it. Like, I'd have strangers contacting me, telling me how much they liked it. And one day I just got an email from a random stranger who misunderstood the name of the blog and thought that I was, a porn person. And he was very angry with me for sending him a message, even though he was my husband's friend. But he didn't make the connection, even though he signed up for the list and all that stuff. So yeah, that one person made me stop. I basically shut down the blog after that. I was embarrassed, I was humiliated, and I just couldn't move forward. And, at the time, there weren't really blogs like that out there in the world. And now there are so many. So we really have to sort of be able to put ourselves out there. Feel like, hey, this is important. It may not be perfect. I may have to, pivot and change and grow. And that's where the confidence comes in, right? Like, you have to be confident enough to put it out there and to believe that there's something of value in it, but also confident enough to accept criticism, confident enough to be open to change, and then actually make those changes. So, tenacity, the truth and the reality. Everyone is afraid. I'm terrified of putting my selfie upgrade challenge course out there. Even though people have taken it, they've loved it. It's scary, right? Because I know that I have to be open to criticism. I have to be able to deal with that with grace. And I have to change things if I learn that, certain things about it need to be improved in some way. And if you look at some of the most impressive people in this online marketing place, like Ryan Deiss, who I have so much respect for, or Julie Stoyan as well, so much respect for them. They have always admitted when they're wrong. They always are open to change and growth. And, if we're going to aspire to be something, like someone who gets attention, right? That's what we should be aspiring to. That sort of humble, brave, courageous sort of confidence. And once we get there, it'll be really, really, really hard for people to ignore us. Anyways, I hope that helps. I hope this is a good Monday. And I'm just going to finish this tea because my throat is a little bit, sore after talking. I don't know why. I don't feel like I talk that much. Anyways, I will see you next week. And make sure to grab or sign up for the selfie challenge when you watch this. If taking those photos of yourself is something important to you, it will show you how to take selfies that do not look like selfies. Anyways, take care, have a great day, and I will see you next week.